Hi, Analisa Six here with the Lady of Leisure and the Sober Curator to give you the December 2025 horoscope for the zodiac sign of Virgo for sun and rising placements. I can't believe that I am doing December's horoscope and I switched from a t-shirt to a tank top because it's so warm in my apartment and it's crazy. I feel like it was starting to really cool down the last couple of weeks. It's Thanksgiving today and we are having like just a beautiful sunny day in Los Angeles. It feels like summer. It's yeah, I'm into it. I grew up in the Pacific Northwest, so I don't mind a hot, sunny November. Personally, I feel like I've spent so many cold, dark, just dreary Thanksgivings, that I'm down to feel. I like summer year round, so I'm not upset about it. I like fall too, though. I'm a big fall fan, but yeah, it's nice. I feel like I could use the sunshine today because today's kind of a depressing day. But all right, Virgo, let's talk about December. So every December, we enter the month in the mutable fire sign of Sagittarius. And where Sagittarius hits in the Virgo horoscope is the fourth house of the horoscope chart. So the fourth house is the house that rules home and family. So everything home and family related is highlighted for you by the sun. It brings energy here, vitality here. It shines a big light in this area of your life. And also starting out the month, we have Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius. So this is also hitting in the fourth house of the chart. So when Mercury is retrograde passing through the fourth house, we can have communication issues with family members. There can be things with the home that maybe go a little bit sideways. And so we might be kind of required to have to, pivot some things or reassess some things. Mercury retrogrades are a time for reflecting, reviewing, reassessing. So if you do have any home projects or any issues that you're working out with family, these things would be coming up at this time, and just see it as, this is a point of growth for you. Whatever is being called or asked of you during this time is supposed to help you grow and evolve beyond where you've been, learn new things, see different perspectives on an issue, showing up for family in new and different ways. This is also an energy that has to do with values and belief systems. And so, this could be ancestral. Maybe you're changing your mind about certain traditions or values or belief systems that you were raised to have. Maybe there's things that you were raised to have that you haven't valued that maybe you're developing more of an appreciation for. All of those themes can come up during this Mercury retrograde at the start of December. And we're going to have Mercury retrograde the first 2 weeks of December in this area of your chart. Mercury will be in Sagittarius for the whole month of December. So it will be passing through your fourth house this entire month. Also on the 1st of December, we have a new moon at 9 degrees of Sagittarius. And so this new moon is happening in this area of your chart as well. New moons are a really positive time for setting intentions towards things that we wish to manifest into our lives. So anything home related that you would like to call in and anything family related that you would like to call in, that is all supported. This can also have to do with relocating or moving. If you are in the process of finding a new home or a new place to live, this is a really good time to set intentions with doing any kind of ritual work around the type of place that you want to move. Just keep in mind that Mercury is retrograde. So it's not necessarily the best time to be signing any contracts or paperwork unless you have already gone through a period of making amendments. So a lot of times during a Mercury retrograde, if we are going through something that is home related or anything that is contract related, a lot of times amendments will come up during the Mercury retrograde process. Just make sure that whatever you're doing, you're reading the fine print and making sure that you're good to go on everything. After that, some of the other transits that we have going on, we start out the month with Venus finishing up her stint in Capricorn for the first week of December. She enters Aquarius on December 6th. So she's been in Capricorn since November, and the area that that's been hitting for you in your chart is the area that Leo traditionally rules. It's the fifth house, which is the house of creativity, self-expression, passion, joy, romance, children, connecting to our inner child. It's the house where we seek pleasure and play. It's a really positive energy to have Venus passing through here as it kind of emphasizes and energizes your creative energy, your self-expression energy. And Capricorn energy is really positive for Virgo. Capricorn's the cardinal earth sign that likes to drive things forward and kind of push, our goals, or kind of the things that we know we need to do in the practical. It wants to push all of it forward. And Virgo, likes to organize it and kind of figure out the systems or how to make it all work. And so these two, when they're in aspect to each other, really help us get things going. The problem solver side of Virgo gets really activated because that's where you shine a lot. So this is a positive energy for both Capricorn and Virgos, and, kind of works harmoniously together. When Venus leaves Capricorn and enters Aquarius on the 6th, it's going to enter your 6th house, which is the house that has to do with your health, wellness, daily routine, how you structure your life. It's also the house of servitude, and also where we connect to animals and pets. Venus, wherever she's passing through, is blessing an area. So Venus in Aquarius is going to be blessing 6th house energy for you. And Virgo is the traditional ruler of the 6th house. So you're very familiar with this energy. It's really positive for you to focus on, figuring out what routines set you up for success. Your relationship to your health and wellness is really emphasized. If you have any pets, the way you connect with them could be a really valuable thing for you. All of those things are a big theme for the rest of December. Also on the 6th, we're going to have Mars stationing retrograde in Leo. So Mars entered Leo in November. Mars is going to station retrograde here. Now, where Leo hits in the Virgo horoscope is your 12th house, which is the house that represents the subconscious, hidden dreams or desires. It's also the relationship to past life karma. It can also be the area that we seek escapism through substances. When Mars is passing through the 12th house, it lends itself to bringing up repressed issues. And it can, make us reflect on areas that maybe we have repressed anger. In Leo, that could also stem into repressed self-expression or confidence issues or creative issues. And so Mars going retrograde or stationing retrograde here, it's going to be retrograde until February. So it's going to station retrograde in the 12th house in Leo and be there for all of December, but it will move back into Cancer into your 11th house in January. And I'll talk about that in next month's video. But for the month of December, having Mars retrograde in the 12th house could bring up any issues that you have from the past where you're still feeling a lot of resentments or a lot of anger or a lot of repression of self. And part of the goal of the retrograde is to help release that energy. So you're going to reflect on it. You're going to kind of maybe get triggered in certain ways that bring those things up. But the goal is for you to really sit with it and also figure out how to have healthy conflict, how to work through anger in healthy ways, because, repressed anger can manifest into health issues. It can manifest into, us not really being able to see ourselves and our lives clearly. We can get confused about the direction of our life. We can get confused about goals. And so when we start acknowledging our anger or our resentments or our frustrations more actively, we can heal. We can, kind of bring those things to the surface and acknowledge like where are our points that, we need to release, let go, and kind of work through, anger in a healthy way. I know for me, a lot of the art kind of creative stuff that I do is how I release a lot of anger. Also exercise. It's really valuable for me to just get outside and go on a hike or go on a walk or spend some time in nature, and getting my body moving is really what helps me release a lot of anger. And, obviously there can be like writing and journaling and things like that. Cosmo. My neighbors have been coming and going a lot. And my dog is very noise sensitive. I'm gonna go get him. Come here, back. Cosmo does not like hearing the neighbors coming and going out of their door. And I think they're having Thanksgiving with some people because it's been pretty active all day. Usually this only happens a couple times in a day, but it's happening more today. Excuse me. Oh, you're coughing. I'm burping. Sorry. I don't know what just happened. Okay, so moving on. We're gonna have Neptune also stationing direct on this day. as Venus is moving into Aquarius and Mars is stationing retrograde. So Neptune is finishing up its stint in Pisces. It's been in Pisces for 15 years. And this is the last retrograde of Neptune in Pisces that we're going to have in our lifetime before it enters Aries next year. So it's a big deal. So, I kind of, when Neptune originally stationed retrograde earlier in the year, I had said, reflect on where, like, where you have Neptune transiting and what's been happening in your life over the last 15 years. And so in your personal natal chart, it's different than a horoscope. But in the horoscope chart, for Virgo, it's in your seventh house, which is the house of relationships, because Pisces and Virgo are opposite each other. So it's a pretty big transit. And, in the relationship house, we really are reflecting on illusions around relationships. Like maybe there's some, ways that we thought something was, and then we've been realizing it's not the way that we thought it was. And we're kind of reflecting on those stories. And Saturn's been here. And a Saturn transit in the seventh house is pretty challenging. It's very, like we're either taking this relationship to the next level or we're ending it. We get really serious about what we feel like we need or want in relationships and whether or not people are really meeting that. So, it's a big energy to kind of be wrapping the story up in next year. The next shift of energy that I'm going to talk about for the horoscope is on December 15th. Mercury is going to station direct at 6 degrees of Sagittarius. And so this is happening the same day that we have a full moon at 23 degrees of Gemini. So we talked about Sagittarius energy being in the fourth house. So, all those, any of those like communication dynamics or conflicts that you've been having with home, family kind of related themes, there will start to be some more momentum in pushing things forward after Mercury stations direct on the 15th. I will say that the mercurial transits for the rest of the month are pretty rocky. So all of December is definitely going to feel like a Mercury retrograde. We won't really be in the clear of that just because it stations direct. The full moon is happening in your 10th and 4th house. So the sun is, highlighting that 4th house energy, bringing all of that energy to your home and family. And the moon is going to be in the 10th house with Jupiter retrograde in the 10th house, which you've had here for a minute. And the full moon, is a time of manifestation, but also of releasing and letting go. And the 10th house is the house of career and how we're putting ourselves out into our lives in a public way. So this is a powerful opportunity for you to, set an intention around anything that's not serving you. If there's, dynamics within your career that you want to release and let go of, and you want to tell the universe, like, I'm sick and tired of this dynamic and I need to call in and manifest something new. This is supported during the full moon. You can set intentions towards more of the kind of work dynamic that you want to create in your life, or also how you're putting yourself out into the world and in the work that you do. After that, on the 21st, the sun is going to move into Capricorn, and we're going to have the winter solstice. The sun moves out of your 4th house and into your 5th house, which is the house of creativity and self-expression. It brings a lot of energy and vitality into that area of the chart for you. So this is a great time to kind of focus on just leaning into how you put yourself out there, especially after that full moon, and just kind of, doing things that ignite your creativity and make you feel confident in how you express yourself. And then the last shift of energy that I'm going to talk about for the horoscope is going to be the new moon that hits at 9 degrees Capricorn on December 30th. This is happening in that same part of the chart, that 5th house, which is, creative self-expression. And so new moon, setting intentions. This is a great time for you to set intentions towards anything that you want to cultivate around your self-expression and how you put yourself out there, and also any creative projects that you're doing. If you're an artist or you're working on anything that, requires you to be strategic and practical, but also using, kind of the fun aspects of creativity, passion, art, pleasure. This is a great time to set intentions towards what it is you want to manifest and cultivate around those themes. You are supported in putting your energy into that area of your life. All right, Virgo, I'm going to leave you there. And if you liked this video, please hit the like and subscribe button. I post these every month. You can find me at the Lady of Leisure and thesobercurator.com. And I will see you all in the new year. Good luck.